Okay, so before I really get into the before the video really starts, I want it to be known that none of the stuff that I talked about in the video is just to be brushed over or whatever. It's just that I've had to sit with this stuff. I've had to go to therapy. Like I've had to deal with my real life on these things. So I've kind of already come to my own just healed space with them. And I don't feel like as much and as entertaining as those things could be, they're not the real important message of what I would like to speak about. That's number one. Number two, this video is not for people with low attention spans. It's for people who are more timeless in what they're trying to gather from things as far as messages, because I did just speak. I was just speaking and just speaking from the heart and just speaking from just a place of reflection and revelation in the things that I have experienced over the year. And it's very some of it is I kind of pause a lot, or I'm looking up, or it's just hard for me to look at the camera a bit. But just I want to say I appreciate your patience for all that. Yeah, but other than that, thank you guys. Thank you whoever sees this. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for everyone who's ever listened to a song, showed me love, who's ever actually seen me for real. Me, not me, the musician or the artist or the most stylish motherfucker, the most stylish, but just me, just like Jakara at her core. And I just want to say things get hard, but if you keep going, you're going to keep growing. And everything that is happening in this time is just for you to keep being the best you that you can be. And yeah, I love you guys. I hope you guys continue to have amazing, prosperous, beautiful, just abundant lives for real. Yeah. Thank you. I've had a very crazy year. And I can get into so many different story times, like how I encountered a Jezebel spirit. I could get into a story time about how I was asked to pull up somewhere only to be cussed at and hit with a staff. Or how my drink was spiked at an event and I assaulted one of my friends. So many different things that I feel like I could really just delve into about my experience. And part of me wants to talk about those things, but a bigger part of me wants to just evolve from it all, because I have seen how people take things and they really are attached to their suffering, and I really don't want to be one of those people. And I find it is probably better for me to let those people continue to attach themselves to that suffering and create this idea of me being a villain in their suffering, or in their story, and letting them have that. Because at the end of the day, I am a firm believer of your heart is going to tell all about who you are before you do. And I'm going to stand on that, because when I think about how these people even came into my life or how they even got there, It's always been this thing of me allowing them to come in because they were knocking at the door. And I find it very interesting that after we are no longer in communication, or even when things get to a climax of our mutual stories, that the way in which everything about me is remembered is so disappointing. And I don't want that for myself. They could have that. But I say all this to say that, like, at the end of the day, we're all going to go through a bunch of different things. And we're all going to have our side of the story, their side of the story, and the truth. And I think that it's very important that in these moments where you are being met with adversity, I hope that's the right word, but you know, you're being met with conflict, or you're being met with something that's essentially trying to make you question who you are. You who have done the work, that version of you who has done the work, don't forget who that is. Don't forget who you were before you met those people. Don't forget who you are after you met those people. Don't forget who you are in the meeting of those people, like in the in between, because all of it is just a thing that is trying to make you forget. And I know that sometimes, like, it does get hard, especially if you feel like you can't speak on your side of the story, or you can't speak up about, you know, the different things that you're going through. But don't ever forget who you are before you've met anybody. Like, don't forget who you are before somebody told you that you were wrong, or before somebody told you that you were not a good person. Don't forget who you are before that, because that is who you are at your purest, and that is who you are at your core. And everything else after that has all just been different little puzzle pieces that are still being placed down each day as you keep stepping and moving and navigating along this world. And it's the core of the picture. And if you're somebody out there who feels like, you know, what's the point? What's the point in speaking up? Or what's the point in saying your side because people have already made up their side or their idea of you? I want you to just really find your peace within before you try to find it amongst the validation from anybody outside of yourself, because it's all just, I don't want to call it a test, but it's all just pressure testing in a sense, or like it's just all just there to really make you have to stress test. Are you who you say you are? Are you who you believe you are to be? And if you are to believe that you are that person, and not even to believe, if you are to know you are that person who you have built up in your inner world to be, everything outside of you is just a trick. It's a trick. People are placed into your life for you to really just move towards evolution. Okay? Some people are there really for just a season, and some people are really there just because they're a projection of something else that you have created. Whether that be good or bad, it's all whatever you created. And I hope that what I can leave you with is that there is many more things ahead of you. There was many more things before you. There are many things that are happening now. But what matters the most is your peace. Okay? What matters more than anything, what matters more than you being right, what matters more than you proving a point is your peace. And your peace comes from knowing that wherever you are present, you are safe. You are in control. You are in communion, creation, like collaboration with a force way bigger than yourself. Okay? And it's okay to be in that place with that force that's bigger than yourself and find peace there. Because things are going to always try to tear you down and try to make you seem like you're crazy. But I promise you, in this world, being called crazy, being called insane, being called off-putting, odd, anything outside of what they quote unquote say is the norm, within reason. But y'all get the point. I shouldn't even have to say that. Anything that they say, really take it as a compliment. Because if we look around at what's going on and how people are, do you really want to be like these folk? Do you really want to be like these folk? Do you really want to be in such a level of turmoil and just despair and just depression, sadness, anguish, anxiety, hurt, trauma, like all these things? Do you really want to be in relation to that stuff? I don't. Personally, I don't. Continue to create your world. Continue to create things that are good for you and good for others. Continue to be every piece of life that you speak out into this world and into yourself, and continue to always prosper in whatever you do and whatever you put your mind to. Don't lose sight of what your purpose is. Okay? And I'm not here to tell you that purpose is this divine thing that comes down and is given to you in an envelope. I'm not here to tell you that. Purpose comes in many different ways, but once you find that, once you have that, remain passionate about it. Don't lose the plot, okay? Don't lose the plot.